Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Wow, Friday really snuck up on me today. It was Monday and then it was Friday out of nowhere. So I'm not entirely sure how prepared I am for House Flipper on this Friday because I kind of forgot it was Friday for ages. I often do, but this one really snuck up on me. So hopefully we can plug through some of this. Mel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you are doing well today, what with the volcano and all. So we'll see how we go. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've had a crazy week. Voss, welcome, welcome. A crazy week, a very frantic week, and all of a sudden it's Friday. So here we are. All of a sudden it's Friday and it's House Flipper again. But we can close the curtains now, so that will be nice here. We'll look forward to that. Okay, what have I done around here? I did kind of the kids' room down here. Oh, I never painted this area or did any brickwork or anything. Willow, welcome, welcome. Sally Cat, welcome, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your brain dissection to join us today, Sally Cat. I appreciate that. I never painted this bit or put any kind of things around it. All right, I'll think about that in a second. Wow, this is so kids' room. This is so kids' room. Holy McMoly. This is super kitty room here. I like this, actually. I think I've done well with this. This came out rather well. And then the bathroom in here and the sauna. Yeah, the kid gets her own sauna. Go figure. Go figure. All right. I'm going to think about what to do with this area. Something lives there and I don't know what. Diamond, welcome, welcome. What else have I got going on in here? I've done nothing at all with this bedroom. Nothing at all with this. And then I have another bathroom kicking around in here. Oh, I did the bathroom. Right, I really liked that. Yeah. I remember my bathroom now because I was really keen on my shower. The shower just came out super good. In fact, the entire thing did. Did a lot of running around doing police reports and funeral planning. Again, I am very sorry for your loss, Mel. We heard about that last week and very sorry for that. Normal considering. Yeah, that's about the best you can get, Mel. That's about the best you can get. Cygrana, welcome, welcome. I always like your comments, Cygrana. I always like your comments. I never don't like comments. I like everybody's comment because, it's a comment, and that means somebody actually cares about my videos. So that's really nice. Art, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. What am I going to do here? Probably. You know what? I always kind of end up doing the living room kitchen area last, so I think I'm going to do that now. And I'm not immediately opposed. You know what I wish there was in this is like a half wall. So I've got the full wall and I've got the lintel, but I'd really like a half wall from the bottom up. I'd like to create a little sort of half wall islandy area, and I can't do that. That would be a spectacular update to House Flipper. So we don't have that, so I'm just going to have to plug along regardless. Anyway. Where do I think? See, this is going to be fidgety to do a kitchen around here. I guess I could just kind of line it up in here. Wow, there's a lot of outlets here. There's a ton of outlets here. Willow will be right back, probably to get lunch. I assume it is usually lunchtime in Willow's world. There's some dirt there. Why am I... Is that outside? Oh, no, wait, I see it right there. I see it right there. Hang on. Let me get my hot mop action out here. There we go. All cleaned up. All cleaned up. You can buy a kitchen unit with an island unit prefab. Yeah, but I want to make my own, Voss Ross. Spike Little Girl, welcome, welcome, welcome. Spike, I want to make my own. All right, here's what I'm going for, Voss Ross. I would like to create a small maze to really confound my future buyers. I'd like to make a small maze. Wait, I can't do fences inside the house, right? That's not realistic, right? Like I couldn't do a fence inside. Could I? Would you let? Ah, no, darn, it's got to be outside. Oh, that would have been perfect. I could have created a little maze. Oh well. So excited. My family and some friends will go picking grapes at our vineyard. Ooh, you have your own vineyard. Do you make wine, or is it eating grapes, or is it wine grapes? I'm not sure what the difference is. I don't know if you can eat wine grapes and vice versa. I'm sure you probably can. I didn't know you had your own vineyard. That is very, high class kind of thing going on there. Do I want to get rid of that? No. Okay, let's do walls. Let's start with walls. I can usually try and collect my thoughts if I've got some walls kicking around. So how about we did Oh, I don't know, maybe Faded Lemon? Sounds like a 90s band. Give me a bunch of these, please. Yeah, let's get a bunch of these going along, kind of like that, and then one of those. Okay, get me to Mr. Magic Paintbrush here. How do I want this to go? What am I thinking here? Maybe start here. This is my plan. I'm going to start over here, and we're going to see how things go. That's pretty much my plan for the entire channel. That's why you have bookcases and mini bookcases. Make a maze and maybe put a few books on. Well, you're going to be stuck in the maze for a while, so you're going to want to have something to read. You're going to be there for weeks, maybe months. You're going to want to have some light reading to pass the time, as it were. Get all of this, all of that. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of getting an idea of what I might end up doing, but not really so much. I'd like to do a floor wall, I guess, for sake of a more technological construction-y term. A floor wall, please. I'm gonna call up my contractor and say, get me some floor walls around here. And he'll say, what are you talking about? And I'll say floor walls, the things you put on the floor that are walls. It will be very confusing. Eating and vine grapes are the same, just most grapes are put in barrels, and for a year fermented to become the vine. We don't have a big vineyard, but half is black and half is white. Well, good, you've got your bases covered there. I would assume you could make red wine and white wine? I don't know, I'm not very up on how alcohol is made, which is odd because biggest games on my channel have been owning a bar, but I'm really not very conversant in the terminology. I am getting a lot of screen freezes here in House Flipper. That's twice in, 6 minutes that the screen has frozen. I know they are pushing some updates, what with the VR version of House Flipper coming out, but that's 2 screen freezes. That's a little alarming. We'll keep an eye on that. Who's getting stuck in a maze? My future home buyers, if I have my way, Willow. Sassy, welcome, welcome, welcome. And all people who know a person named Dave. I think pretty much everyone knows a person named Dave. I have, actually, she's still my friend. I have a friend of mine, and when we were younger, she noted that she was always with at least one Dave at all times, because she had 4 friends all named Dave, and at any given time or any given time of Dave, she was near one of them. So she was constantly surrounded by a minimum of 1 Dave, possibly two. So that and she still knows me, and actually she still knows 1, 2, 3. She probably actually knows more Daves at this point. Now that I think about it, we've added Daves to our little circle, our little group. So she may know more Daves now than she ever has in her entire life. I am but one Dave that she knows. I am a tiny speck in her Dave universe. Get all of that in there. Thank you very much. White grapes make a really good homemade white wine. And then you have black grapes that can be magnificent, made properly and carefully, that makes black wine. Oh, I've never heard of black wine. This is how, unconversant I am in the subject of the production of alcoholic beverages. I didn't know there was such a thing as black wine. I should tell my father-in-law about that. He's a bit of a wine snob in that regard, that he likes a fine glass of wine. He's very, very good at that, very knowledgeable. He probably knows about black wine. I'm sure he knows all day about that. I did not. I didn't even know that was a thing. Same issue with Bob. So many people named Bob. Yeah, my friend has just a ton of people named Dave. She just knows a copious amount of Daves, probably more Daves than she really needs. I don't know how many Daves a person needs in their life. I personally only need 1. I think one of me is far too many. But she has way more Daves. I'm going to say off the top of my head that she is good or close friends with at least half a dozen Daves at any given point in her life. We had an Accidental Sarah. That sounds like a great 90s band too. Hello, Chicago. We are Accidental Sarah. Accidental Sarah and Kate only parties... Accidental Sarah and Kate only parties at college. If it would have been co-ed, it would have been Daves and Mikes. Oh yeah, we have an exorbitant amount of mics in my group. We have so many mics that we've taken to giving them their own individual mic names so we can tell them apart. So there was Movie Mike and Bike Mike and Government Mike. How many other mics were there? There's another screen freeze. That's a little alarming. A little perturbed about that. So yeah, Bike Mike, Government Mike, Movie Mike. I can't remember the other mics off the top of my head, but there was a few of them. I like this color, and I think I might just do it just to there, and maybe do something else in the corner. YouTube came out in 2007. YouTube is at least 10 years old. Yeah, probably. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I was going through my YouTube bookmarks, the older video in my books. It was 10 years old. Wasn't it? I don't know if this is urban YouTube legend, but basically YouTube was nothing until the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction. I've decided to paint this entire wall, by the way. I didn't want to break up the lines here. I was under the impression, and again, it might be urban myth, that YouTube was essentially a non-entity, a non-starter, until the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl that got plastered over YouTube, and that just drew like millions of people to YouTube, and then it kind of became a thing. People said, oh, here's a thing we could do. And then somebody said, hey, why don't I play video games and talk about it? And I'll put it up on YouTube. If only it had been me 10 years ago. If only it had been me. If only I'd known. If only I had known what this was. If only I'd known they existed, for one thing. I barely glanced in the direction of YouTube until I stumbled across Many a True Nerd. 2005, maybe 2006, we had Crew Kate, Rugby Kate. I'm sensing a sports theme here, Sally Cat. Ballerina Kate? I like Third Floor Kate. She's my favorite so far. Okay, my favorite Kate is Third Floor Kate. I don't know why. It just kind of rolls off the tongue really nicely. But I am sensing you had a very athletic crew there. Crew Kate, Rugby Kate, and Ballerina Kate. Yeah, that's you had some athletics going on. I guess you kind of hung with the athletic crowd there. But yeah, I'm already a fan of Third Floor Kate. If you're still in contact with Third Floor Kate, tell her I said hi. And tell her she's my favorite, because that's just a great name. I might, you know what, that would be a great YouTube name channel. God, why didn't I think of these things ages ago? Okay, so Third Floor Kate will be my new channel. I don't know what it'll be, but I'll invent it, and it'll be a thing. It's like Rana started watching YouTube around 2013, 2014. Willow had it somewhere 2005, maybe 2006. Yeah, can somebody confirm or deny the whole Janet Jackson kind of blew up YouTube urban myth? Because I'd like to kind of put that one to rest. If it's an urban myth, I'd like to know that it's not true. But if it is true, I'd like to be able to say it again. Did you ever try half a glass of homemade white wine and then the rest of the glass with mineral water? People from my part of the country call it Gemist. I'm probably mispronouncing that, and love to drink it. I don't drink Psygrana, so no. Short answer, no. I don't. For a person whose channel has, there's another screen freeze. That's a little alarming, House Flipper. For a person who the bulk of their channel is tavern management games, I don't actually drink. So I have no idea about the production, the consumption, the flavors of alcoholic beverages. It's nothing to me. Third Floor Kate should be a TV show character, like Kramer. That's exactly it. That's what I'm getting. It's like a Seinfeld thing, and her only name in the show is Third Floor Kate. I could see that in the Big Bang Theory, too. They might pull out a character called Third Floor Kate. I could see that happening. But yeah, that's exactly where it should be. It should be in a Seinfeld-esque show, and they would constantly... Maybe it would be like the thing... What was that? I can't remember the name of the sitcom now, but it was... It had the neighbor with the fence, and you never saw his face. You actually just saw his eyes and his forehead poking up over the top. I'm struggling to think of the name of the show. But somebody will remember it. And you never saw his face. It would be like that. You'd never actually see Third Floor Kate. She'd just be up on the third floor. Why is Faded Lemon so green? I can't tell you that. That I do not know. But let's start to get some kitchen action going here. Some hot kitchen action. Let me look at my layout here again. What have I got kicking around? I could throw some cabinets over here. Would not necessarily be opposed to that. Yeah, the Manly Grunt one. Yeah, what was Tool Time, but that's not the name of the show. That was the name of the show within a show. It was very meta. Home Improvement. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you. I'm sorry I can never pronounce your name. You're just Sassy from now on. Thank you. Home Improvement. Yeah, Tool Time was the show within the show. Very, very meta at the time. And then he went and did another show where he did exactly the same thing. And he has, well, I guess he has sort of like a podcast or a Last Man Standing. That's what I'm thinking of. But he still has a show within a show. So let's get this. All right, wait, are there corner cabinets? I'd like to see corner cabinets. If you could show those to me, please. Does such a thing exist? Wooden corner cabinet. Right. Okay. Is that really in a corner, though? I don't feel that's in a corner. As a European, I do not understand the deal with The Office. Please explain. I am so confused. I've never seen it, Zygrana. I've never seen it. All I know is that it was a takeaway. Mads, welcome, welcome. It was taken from the British version of the same show, which is where we get our best comedy. We just rip off the Brits and hope for the best. But yeah, I've never actually seen The Office. I've seen, I understand what it is. I've seen little snippets of it, but I've never actually watched the show ever. I I do things like that. I've just never seen The Office. I've never watched an entire episode of Friends. I didn't find it particularly funny, the little snippets that I saw. It just wasn't, ooh, cabinets with glass. Let's do those. Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. Oh, this is going to be fun. I like this. You can go there. Oh, except I needed more of those. Come back to me. That's another screen freeze. Watch it there, House Slipper. Don't make me change games on people. Can I get that to live right in there? I can. Okay. So yeah, I've never seen a full episode of Friends. I have never watched The Office. I have, we've already established I don't drink, so I don't know what alcohol, like, specific flavors are. So, I'm trying to think of what else I haven't done. I probably haven't done a lot of things. You got yourself a new gaming PC. Excellent. Good. Vossros refuses to watch the show. The clips weren't funny to me. Well, you've got your own version. You don't need ours. You've got your own version over there. It's probably funnier. They usually are. Although I guess The Office was funny, and I don't have any, like, moral compunction against The Office. I've just never watched it. It's just never come up. It's just not happened. So get me one of these. Get that to shift around if we could. Thank you. I'm just going to pop that over there for right now because I want to make sure I've got space to put a cabinet in here. You just gave me another whole reason to like you. I've never watched Friends, The Office, Cheers. I've seen Cheers. Yeah, I've seen Cheers. It was kind of unavoidable in the 80s. Okay, remember, Diamond. I am a child of the 80s. Now, cable TV technically existed at the time, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say most people probably watched network TV. Like, cable TV wasn't that good back then. It was mostly for movies. Mostly like you had HBO and stuff on cable. You didn't have quite as many of like the networky things you have like right now. I'm going to pop a couple of these around here. So long story short, back in the 80s when Cheers was a thing, you kind of just watch network TV, and there's only like 3 good channels, and one of them had Cheers on it. So I have seen Cheers. I couldn't really help not seeing Cheers. Oh, I'm already digging this. I'm already well into this. Yeah, this is happening right now. Get me a few more of these. These are awesome. So I have seen Cheers. The first couple of seasons are pretty funny, and it does kind of take place in my area, so that's always nice to see. But I have not seen the other 2. Harriet and Charlotte, oh, welcome! Oh, it's so good to see you guys again. Awesome. Oh, we haven't seen you guys in ages. Thank you so much for coming by. I like this chat and talking to Dave. We need to write a show called The Wee Hours Games and Main Characters, Dave. I think the world has had quite enough of me, Zygrana, although I appreciate the compliment very much. I think there's plenty of me to go around, and I will guarantee you that Mrs. Dave will confirm that. One entertainment-based thing about Dave is quite enough in this world, thank you, quite enough. But I very much appreciate the compliment. That can go there. Oh, yeah. I'm doing a thing here. Things are happening here. My first YouTube exposure was something I can't even begin to pronounce in 2002. Sally Cat's Child of the 80s, we had cable for sports, but we had an antenna that we adjusted. Yeah, I think, Sally Cat, agree with me or don't. Diamond says we're around the same age. Many of my viewers are, Diamond. I do tend to attract people of my ilk, if you will. And that, that doesn't mean it's bad if you're younger or older than me, but I do seem to, I suppose most channels do. I suppose most channels are kind of attract the demographic of the people that they are. I mean, I get the impression that the Geek Cupboard and I'm pretty sure the Geek Cupboard is slightly younger than me. I've never actually asked his age. I don't care to know that, but I'm just from what we've talked about, I think he's probably slightly younger than me, but not a lot younger. So we do kind of attract the same demographic, I think. But what was my point of saying that? Oh, yeah, so Sally Cat, agree with me or don't, but yeah, we all had cable TV, and that got a lot bigger when MTV happened, certainly. There's no question of that. But for the most part, we still kind of just watch network TV. You know, CBS, NBC, and whatever the other one was that wasn't the two that I just said. So I don't, I really haven't left myself space for an oven, have I? I haven't. I'm going to get rid of this, and then I'm going to put an oven there instead. Should probably be a way to, cook things around here. So get me back to kitchen, and get me back to ovens. Is there an oven that would match those cabinets? Please say yes. I mean, there is, but it's too big. That's way too big. Although, saying that, hang on, I can make this work. You live over there for right now. You, unfortunately, as much as I like you, you're going to have to go. And then we're going to have to make some changes around here. We were the only people in the family with ESPN family parties for college bowl games. Yeah, that's when ESPN was kind of a big deal. Now we have like ESPN 4, 5, 7. Would have been back sooner, was kept busy with work. You don't even worry about that, Harriet and Charlotte. I'm just glad you're here. I don't care if you're early, late, or we haven't seen you in a while. I'm just really happy you're here because we haven't seen you folks in ages. So I'm very, very pleased to see you back here. You go move over there. You come around here, and then we're going to put you, I want to put you over here so you don't interfere with the window like that. It's not ideal, is it? That should really live more here, I think. Yeah, okay, we're gonna move a bunch of stuff around. You come over here. You come over here. This is like no, hang on, I needed to do that differently. You come over here and live there. You are over here. This is like a weird game of Jenga going on here. Oh, can I not quite tuck that in there? Well, that's a pain in the neck. And there's another screen freeze. Oh, I can. Hang on, I can. Yeah, I can cope with that. It doesn't make any sense being right next to the sink. So we're going to shift other things around and move that over here. Get that right in there. And then this is going to go over here. Okay, now it's all coming together. Rodal Store, welcome. CBS, ABC, PBS. There was another one, because PBS is the public channel. So CBS, ABC, NBC. That's it. CBS, ABC, NBC. There it is. I've remembered a thing. Yay! My stepdad was a total technophile, so he had all the latest and greatest, including cable. Way different in the 80s. Yeah, it was completely different. It was, well, first off, you didn't need cable. If you didn't want to have cable, you could still watch TV. Not really so much anymore. I mean, you technically kind of can, but it's a pain in the butt if you wanted to. So cable TV was not what it was. It was still a luxury service, and all the real shows were on, network TV. You talk about Mrs. Dave. How does she accept you being a gamer YouTuber? All partners and my sister hated me for being gamer. Well, there's multiple answers to that question, Zygrana. The first answer is Mrs. Dave is the most wonderful, awesomest, supportingest person in the world. So I'm not going to say I started the channel in secret. That's not correct. But I do have a habit. If I start doing a new thing, I want to make sure I'm kind of invested in it before I make a big deal out of it. So I started just throwing up like the first few videos that were on the channel without telling her, without mentioning it to her. She knew I was watching this stuff, but she didn't know I was actually doing it. And then a few videos in, I'm like, hey, here's a thing I'm doing that might be kind of silly and kind of dumb. Please don't think I'm completely weird or stupid. And she just basically, she looked at me, she's like, is that going to make you happy if you do a channel like that? And I said, I'm pretty sure it will. And she said, great, I will support you. You take all the time you need to do that. You go ahead and do that. Do whatever you need to do. And she has done that forever. She's done that. I'm going to tell you right now, Zygrana, she's kept this channel going better than I have. I have reached points in my life where I feel the channel is interfering with other parts of my life, having big boy jobs and all that. And she's been the one to say, it's not the job. It's not the channel that's giving you stress. It's the job. You need to leave the job, not the channel. The channel is actually one of the things that's making you super, super happy. So don't you dare give it up. She's actually demanded that I not give up the channel because she knows how much joy it brings me, and it totally does. So I hopefully that answers your question. I'm a little behind on chat. Do please forgive me for that. Willow says Mrs. Dave is a wonderful person. She absolutely is. She absolutely is. Now, GameSack, welcome. Sorry, I didn't see you come in there. GameSack, welcome. So when you ask about does she, is she a fan of my gaming? Because I do play games for a big chunk of my day. If I'm not doing something, I'm probably going to gravitate towards one of my computers, either my laptop or my PC. She doesn't care. She doesn't really care. She has no interest in it. It doesn't interest her in the slightest, as she's just not, it's not her world. It never has been, it never will be. But she has no problem, like when we hang out at night. So she gets home from work, I get home from work, and we're just kind of chilling and relaxing. We've talked about the couch scenario. I will be sitting on my couch playing something on my laptop, muted. I don't have headphones on. We can talk to each other. And she'll usually be reading something. She loves to read. So she will just sit on the couch with her Kindle and read some stuff. And we can just sit there very happily. We recognize, like very, very early on, we don't have to be joined at the hip in any way, including activities. So we don't have to do the same things. We can have separate interests and yet still be together. And that's what we do every night. Fridge may have to go in the corner. Oh, yeah. Boss Ross, thank you for reminding me a fridge doesn't live here yet. Yeah, I totally forgot about a fridge. Pre-cable era is part of why certain TV shows got huge. If you had 12 or less channels, well, that's it exactly. I think Cheers was ostensibly a good show, but you also didn't have a lot of options. So pretty much you watched Cheers because that's what was on TV that night. So yeah, I definitely agree with you there. If you didn't, with a lot fewer channels, like now there's like 900 channels and there's nothing on TV. I know that sounds like a typical old man rant, but guess what? I am an old man. Typical old man rant. 900 channels. I think we actually have over 1,000 channels. I think I could actually go into like 1000 something in there. I mean, a lot of them are duplicates, and 50% of them are Spanish language versions of the channels we already have. But yeah, there's like 1,000 channels and there's nothing to watch. So actually, ironically, I just keep going back to the same channels like I did in the 80s. Like, okay, this'll be background noise for me. Where do refrigerators actually live? Show me something that looks like a refrigerator. Oh, I should have got that. Oh, that's very good. Oh, I liked that. Isn't it electronic equipment? Oh, it is. Okay, it's somewhere around here. So give me... Oh, what did I not E, Harriet and Charlotte? Did I E something? Oh, or did I forget to E? Some family members look at the internet as not a job, not a success, and they could be right, but the internet is totally a job. Well, there's a very real, word of wisdom about that, and this is not YouTube. It's to anything. If you want it to be a job, you have to treat it as a job. That's very, very simple and very, very true. The unfortunate part is I have a lot of things in my life that I would like to be a job. And right now, I'm trying to treat like 4 different things as a job. So I'm a little drained lately. I really am doing basically 4 things that I probably need to put 8 hours a day into. And that's 24 hours right there. Sorry, no, that's 32 hours. I don't have 32 hours in a day. So that's kind of, if I'm a little frayed and a little fried right now, that's why. I've got a lot. I keep trying new things and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want to do more of that. And then all of a sudden I'm doing a lot more of that and I am exhausted. So that's kind of, oh, I don't like that. No, that's no good. Why didn't somebody stop me from doing that? That was terrible. What was I even thinking with that? I'm going to turn the fridge around this way. If that lives there, can that live there? I mean, it technically can, like that. I mean, it's okay. I don't hate it. I was gonna say a lot of them are duplicate channels. Yeah, they are. I think solidly 30 to 50% of them are just Spanish language channel versions of the channels I already have. So, it's not like we have 1,000 channels. We probably, I don't know, a couple of hundred. It's just they get duplicated over and over. That's how YouTube changed things. We have choices now, less likely that all of America would watch the same thing. Well, when you talk about YouTube, you're opening up a whole different can of worms because now you're entering into the a la carte entertainment thing, which neither cable nor even really streaming services provide, although it's the direction we're moving in, where I don't want to watch an entire channel. I don't even want to watch your entire series. I want to watch that specific episode of that thing and nothing else. And I would like to pay a very tiny amount of money to watch that one thing instead of a large amount of money to get a whole bunch of garbage I don't want. So YouTube really did revolutionize, I think, this is just my opinion, the way we consume media, in that, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. No, this is still not what I wanted to do. In that, we're getting into a la carte entertainment. Do I like the fridge? Oh, I'm a little boned on the fridge here. That's not bad, but it needs something in the corner there. It clearly needs something in the corner there. Started the internet, I typed webpage address, went for 2 cigarettes, and when I returned, it was almost finished. Oh yeah, I remember those days. Yep, the screaming of the modem as it would connect. Dear God, don't be on the phone. Don't pick up the phone. I'm on the computer. I did like when PBS went digital. They went PBS 1, PBS 2 Creative, Travel, PBS 3 Spanish, PBS 4 Asian languages. PBS Creative is a good background noise. I like a good bit of background noise. I actually, Mrs. Dave and I actually rarely watch TV. But the TV is usually on for me because I just like the background noise. I only want to pay half a bit of attention to it. I don't like where the fridge is. I really don't. If I put the fridge over here, do I think I'm going to like that anymore? No, it's not. Stupid people needing refrigerated food. I don't see what the fuss is. Just live there for right now until I figure out where you're going to live. Yeah, I'm not ecstatic about the fridge, especially in the middle of the floor. That's not working out. Internet was a great way to expose me to Monty Python, anime, bad video games, sneezing baby pandas, cats that are also toasted pastries. YouTube is my TV now. Yeah, I mean, if I'm actually going to sit down and watch something, it's probably from YouTube. If I'm going to make a dedicated effort to go, I want to watch this thing. And I will be the first to admit, the bulk of my viewing is gaming videos. It is. And I'll tell you why. Because when I discovered those, here's the programming I've been looking for all my life. I want to watch people play video games. This is exactly what I've always wanted to do. Why has there not been a channel for this ever? And then YouTube happened, and it all sort of happened like that. Early internet was hard. Phone connections, no videos. Oh God, videos. You're dreaming. 5 hours to load an image, and lots of misinformation about Pokemon. I kind of forgot that Pokemon even existed back then. This has got to come together somehow. I've got to give these people a fridge. A fridge has just got to exist. I just don't know how it's going to work out. No. It's all wrong. It's all terrible. I don't even think I can squeeze the fridge in this side, even if I wanted to, because it's going to be too big. Okay. Anna, welcome. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the rest of your name. I'm just going to call you Anna and leave it at that. Took the whole class period for the site to load. Yeah, no kidding. If you were lucky, it took that long. And then, you could get, the best you could really hope for was to get a picture. God help, no video. Video didn't exist. Are you insane? Video is ridiculous. Gaming videos and crime videos. I like, gaming videos, obviously. And then I kind of get into, I have this weird penchant for YouTube videos where people are exposing cults and saying oh, this is a cult, that's a cult, I don't know why. I just like it when stupid people have their stupidity pointed out to them. I think that's what I like. I like it when somebody says, you're in a cult, right? You idiot. How did you not figure that out? So I got into a hole for months at my last job when I had a lot of downtime to sit in my office and watch YouTube. I got into a whole thing of exposing cult videos. I haven't watched them in ages. Again, primarily what I watch is gaming videos. But that I got into for a little bit. You kids with your hula hoops and your fax machines. I have many books. I have many books too, Boss Ross. I have actually far less books than when Mrs. Dave and I finally built our house. I made the choice to get rid of about 3/4 of my collection because I had rooms full of books. I worked in retail books for years and accumulated a heck of a lot of food. A heck of a lot. Cults and mims. What's a mim? I don't know what a MIM is. Please explain. You need some workflow there. It's terrible like that. I know. I know. It's just not... It's not coming together. I don't know. Do I maybe want the stove here? No. No. No, I don't. How about maybe a table? Could we maybe squeeze a small table into there? That might make sense. Give me furniture and give me tables. Maybe a small table needs to go in here, but it would need to be tall. I need a tall, small table immediately. Please, immediately. I'm totally not seeing what I want. I just don't think it even exists. No, that's going to be way too big. You could show me style or stool. I'm not married to it. Oh, MLMs. Yeah, those are really cool. Those are fun videos. I like those. That kind of went along with the exposing cult thing. So yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that, Willow. Yes, those are really, really fun ones. I don't remember. There was like 2 or 3 channels that I used to watch regularly that did MLM exposure videos. And they were very, very fun. I enjoyed those. Okay, I like the stool. It's not... I'm going to put the stool there for right now. And then I think Vosseros's idea of a gigantic plant may make a good deal of sense there. So get me to decorations and plants. Is this one big? I kind of feel that it is. Yeah, that's getting somewhere now. It doesn't quite squeeze in there. Come on, live somewhere. You don't want to live there. Okay, how about if I take the stool out and put you in? Do you want to maybe... No. It's all gone horribly wrong. There we go. Got it. Just needed to get the leaves in just the right place. Just right. You go fridge, prep place, basin, oven. Yeah, I know. It's just not... I love the wall part here. I love this. But it's just not coming together with the fridge. I get it. It's not going to be a very functional kitchen. But I think it's going to live like that. Especially if I can get this stool to work the way I want it to. Actually, the stool could kick out a little bit. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think I can broadly come to terms with that. Memes, the things that people quote. Oh, wait, are we talking about memes or MLMs? Because those are 2 very, very different things. My kitchen's the size of a washer and dryer. It's easier to work in than this. Yeah, I know, Sally Cat. I kind of boned all of this. Put a plant on the stool. Not a terrible idea. Maybe we're just going plant happy over here. I kind of see where we're going with that. Okay. How about is this one really, really small? I feel, yeah, that's super, super small. Maybe I can make 2 plants work over here. It might happen. Could happen. How about the hedgerow? Show me this. Little big. Can I squeeze that in there, actually? I'd be okay if we could squeeze that in there. No. You know where that would work? Right over here. Except... Nah, it's just too big. Yeah, Sassy, I don't know what's going on. You guys are probably getting buffering on your end. I'm getting screen freezes on my end. Those are probably 2 completely unrelated problems, but here we are. We're both learning to cope with the information. And we're just all going to have a good time doing it. Okay. I can broadly live with that right now. I can broadly live with this. I am going to put down a kitchen table. It's not my best kitchen. I'm not going to lie about that. I've done better kitchens. But it is a kitchen, and it does, it does kitchen-y things in it. I still don't have burners, though. Reload was stuck on stool kicks out. Now I'm on you trying to place a plant on the stool. Oh, yeah. You got hard buffered there. Okay. The rest of us should be all caught up, I hope. Oh, that's a very tiny table. That's not the kind of table I wanted. Although, actually, that table might work right there. I don't completely hate that table there. Okay. It kind of matches the fridge. I like that. There was a medium version of that table, but I'm going to bypass that. How about the wooden dining table in a red, please? That's more like it. That's a dining table. Okay, pop that guy right there. Yeah, they're getting basically no living room out of any of this at all. Their living room is basically going to be the hallway. So they're not going to be super keen on that. Maybe you can put their working island, a small one. Not a terrible kitchen. I've seen worse. You should have seen our kitchen when the day we built our house, because we didn't have one. We had a stove, a sink, and a fridge. We had no cabinets at all. We didn't have the money for it. We didn't have the budget to do cabinets. So when we first built our house, the day we moved in, we had a fridge, and we had a stove, and we had a sink. None of the rest of this existed. No cabinets. We stored our food on our kitchen table, the non-perishable stuff, obviously, for about a year. About a year. We stored some food in closets. We stored all our utensils in closets. We literally had no cabinets of any kind. Because you don't technically need them to live in a house. The only thing you need is a sink. You need running water. You need a stove because you need an ability to cook hot food. And you need a fridge because you need an ability to store cold food. Those are the only three ingredients to have something legally be called a kitchen that is fit for human, not consumption, but living in. Basically, humans can live in that kitchen. So we didn't have any of that. We stored everything on a table for ages. The table could go in the corner next to the fridge rather than the mishmash. I'm actually growing to like the mishmash. The mishmash has grown on me. I'm all mishmash on this. I'm mishmash happy. And I think the table will stay. It's going to stay right there because I want that table. If it's going to live there, I don't know. But it's definitely going to stay there. So get me back to furniture. Let's get some chairs all up in this, as the kids say these days. Ooh, how about the bar chair? That could be fun. And in the same color. Give me a... Oh, that's way too tall. Okay. Nobody would be able to eat on that table. No, never mind. Never mind. Come back to me here. We're not doing that chair. Human habitation. Thank you, Willow. That's exactly what I meant to say. Human habitation. Those are the only three things you need. You need running hot water. You actually need hot water. You need running hot water. You need somewhere to cook food. And you need somewhere to store food. So, oh, these match the fridge. Oh, well, like that. We're getting a couple more of those. Get me one at a... Well, put it over here at a jaunty angle, I think. Put it over here like... Wish you could just slide these a little bit more under the table. And then you can live... Come on, I had you right there. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Apparently, I've decided only 3 people live here. That's fine. No oven, but Bay Area laws about addition dwelling units don't require a stove. Oh, maybe it's different in your area, Sally Cat. I would assume that the ability to cook food is universal for human habitation. Maybe not. I mean, you don't need hot food. You don't actually need hot food. You can live on cold food. People do that all the time. So maybe it's a little different in your area. I know when we were getting our permit to, I don't know, habitate, there's a word for that. But anyway, our actual legal permit that says you are allowed to be inside this house and spend the night, I know those are the 3 things. I know this because I fought the building inspector over a lot of stuff. He and I were not friends for a very long time because he held up our permit for many months. He was just, it's a very long story, but he got his shoes muddy on his first visit and he never forgave us for it. And he just made our lives a living hell because he was a very tiny man with tiny power. And in small towns, those people do their thing. Living in the Caribbean is easy. Build whatever you want as long as you get a roof on it before the planning people show up. Oh, if only it were that easy here. If only. The one thing he held us up for ages because he got his shoes muddy is not having a walkway to our door. So from the sidewalk to our front door is probably about, let's say about 25 to 30 feet, maybe, somewhere in that neighborhood. For those of you in the metric system, I think that's 18 gallons or 4 hectares, I believe. So can do your own conversion there. But yeah, I think it's about 25 to 30 feet to our front door. And we did not have a walkway. It was just a construction site. And he wouldn't even start the process, the permit process, until we had a walkway. So the very first thing we had to do is hire a landscaper to do a stone walkway just to get the permit guy to show up. That's how much of an insane person he was. He's like, I'm not even coming back here until you have a walkway, because he got his shoes muddy. And this is real. I'm not exaggerating. This is very, very real. I was there. 1 roof and 4 walls. Excellent. Also depends on the area you live. In the posh areas, some people call it planning. I would think, Mel, given your area, do they not require it to be more like storm-proof? Because you guys are in sort of hurricane world down there, aren't you? So I'm surprised they don't say it has to be somehow storm worthy. In the same way that out in California, buildings have to be earthquake ready. They have to be able to sustain an earthquake. Where here in the Northeast, that is not an issue. You don't have to have your building be earthquake ready because we really don't get earthquakes. And even on the very very rare occasions that we do, they don't do anything. It's just like a little rumble and it goes away. So I would have thought if you had said Dave, I am asking you, what do you think the biggest thing my permit department, my building department cares about? I would have said stormworthiness, but apparently not. Apparently not. Big fish, little pond. Exactly. Exactly. Small men with small power is how I say it, Willow. Small men with small power, and they're in the town government technically, and they have a lot of sway there. They can just show up and say no, and they don't really have to give you a super good reason. They have to give you a reason, but it doesn't have to be a very good reason. So I am not exaggerating when I say that the first day he showed up, he got his shoes muddy in our construction site, and he refused to come back until we had built a walkway, at no small expense, I might add. You put in 30 feet of a brick paving walkway and see how much that costs you. Again, for you folks with metrics, I think that's about 18 kilometers or a gallon or something. I'll rely on you to do your own conversions there. California, permit people follow lumber deliveries and check your permits. I imagine California would be pretty strict about these things. We are too, actually. Northeast is very strict about these things. The biggest thing we worry about is snow. So things have to be snow ready, really. Your roof has to, have a certain integrity to it. You have to, people with gas heating have to make sure that the vents for them are not going to get covered up by snowdrifts, which has happened. The reason we have those laws in place is because a bunch of years ago, when people started getting those direct vent gas heating units, which are kind of a new thing at the time, people died because the vents were not high enough and they got covered up with snowdrifts and their whole house is filled with carbon monoxide. So now we have very, very strict rules about how far up a thing has to be on your house to account for a snowdrift. And it's 10 feet. P.S. It's 10 feet. If you have a vent on your house, it has to be a minimum of 10 feet up because it is not completely uncommon that we can get 5, 6, 7 foot snowdrifts in the winter if we get a heavy snowfall. So that's what we worry about. I imagine you guys in the West must worry about earthquakes. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, food and water, sleep, clothes, shelter, health, homeostasis fall under physiological needs. Physiological needs. Hang on, Mel's got a thing. If you submit a plan and you live in the rural areas, you have to throw up a house on the weekend, no one will make you tear it down. Oh, we will. We just did that to a guy. We did that to a guy a couple of years ago. He built a whole house, and I'm not saying house. He built a mansion. We do have a somewhat more affluent area that we are in, and people have stupid money. They have money that people don't really need. And he built a mansion. I'm talking like a mega mansion. And it was what he did wrong, and this is where you do not want to tick off the permit department. What he did wrong is he did not build exactly what he put on the permit. So when they came to inspect it, they said, this is not what you said you were going to build. And he said, well, too bad. I've already built it. What are you going to do about it? Oh, that started a war. Oh, you have no idea. When you say to the permit department, what are you going to do about it? They tell you what they're going to do about it. It took them about 4 years of legal wrangling. They made him tear down the house. Tore down the house. It was probably a multi-million-dollar house. In fact, I'll guarantee you it was a multi-million-dollar house. They made him tear it down. I watched. It was front page news in our town. The bulldozers showing up to... That couch doesn't make much sense. Bulldozers showing up to his front yard, and they bulldozed his mansion. Because he said, oh, what are you going to do about it? I've already built it. He thought he was in the clear. He's like, oh, well, it'd just be some legal things. Maybe I'll get a fine for not building exactly what I said I was going to build. No. They made him tear his house down. So you don't, when we talk about small men with small power, there is a limit as to how much you can tick them off. Maybe this house has luxury bedrooms and sparse shared space and design. Yeah, I'm not This area is just not coming together for me, and that couch makes just about the least amount of sense here. I don't know that this is really going to have, an air quotes living room per se. Yeah, they're already complaining about the living room. They're already moaning about not having a living room. My grandparents lived in the mountains in Washington. They had doors on the ground floor, first floor, second floor, and third, so they can get in depending on the snow level. Yeah, Ross, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we don't go to that extreme. We don't usually get that much snow, but we can. I certainly remember the snowpocalypse that we had. Gosh, what was that? 5 years ago, something like that, where we got in a month we got 10 feet of snow over 4 weekends. I believe it was, we had a 2-foot plus snowstorm every single weekend for a month, and then like a week. So it was like 5 weeks basically. I know at the end of it we had over 10 feet, and it didn't go away. It was a brutally cold winter rather. So the last of that snow melted in July, or was it June? I think the last of that finally melted in June. Anyway, long story short, we had 6-foot fences in our backyard, and you could comfortably walk one side to the other. The fence was disappeared. The fence was gone. You could just walk through the snow right over the fence in the snowfall. That's what I was thinking. The inhabitants will spend all their time in the bedroom. Yeah, I might make this more of a living room-ish bedroom, I guess. I wonder if there's anything so important the permanent department would lose that fight. No. I don't know. I'm sure, the right lawyer could have done the job, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say ostensibly they were correct. That it's very clear. If you submit plans, you have to build those plans. There's no getting around it. There's no wiggle room. If you want to change it, you need to resubmit your plans. It's very clearly laid out. It's not even that big a deal. Just build what you said you were going to build, or resubmit your plans to account for that. I want to get rid of this. Thank you. I'm going to put one of those grates up instead. And this guy didn't. He just basically thumbed his nose at them and said, I've already built the house. So he thought he was in the clear. No. They showed up with bulldozers. I mean, it took them years. It took them, I think, about 4 years of legal shenanigans. But they won. And the court basically said, yeah, you got to tear down your house. You didn't build what you said you were going to build. Put the living room in a bedroom. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. I think that's what I'm going to do. Walt Disney got rich, bought a house for his mom, and she died because the house wasn't up to code. Also, back then they had less codes. Yeah, back then, if you're talking about Walt Disney's mother, I'm surprised there were codes at all. I think you're going back to Mel's code of you have to have technically 4 walls and a roof. That's about all we needed there. Old houses are just full of bad codes. No, they're just full of no codes. I used to live in an apartment where the insulation was newspaper. That's what was keeping the cold out. Just some bundled up newspaper is what they shoved in between the walls. Last statement should not have had a question mark. Yeah, old houses are just full of bad codes. They're just full of no codes, really. No codes at all. Here you can submit as built if you change during construction. Not here. I mean, again, every region and is going to have its own rules. But I know here in the Northeast, we are, at least in my area, I can't speak for surrounding areas, but here we are super strict about that. If you say you're going to build a thing, you need to build exactly that thing, because they're coming to check. They're not going to mess around. They're not going to not check it. I do always like double bed Mal. Double bed Mal is very good. Maybe double bed Orion. Oh, double bed Hermes, though. I like that. It's going to be super big. It's going to kind of... Actually, it's not even that big. I should do the walls first. Totally. When we replaced the panel in our house, they failed the inspection because of old work that wasn't up to code, so we had to pay extra to bring it up to code. Yeah, that's that whole grandfathered thing. The whole grandfathered thing. So, and I didn't know this. This was totally new information to me. I've been using the term, and every contractor has used the term grandfathered. I have just been made aware that is a potentially racially insensitive word. I did not know that. I just thought it meant old. Like, a grandfather was old. This came out of the blue to me. I try to be, sensitive to things like that, and I try to treat people with respect. And I only just found out that that's potentially a racially sensitive word. I had no idea. I'm still not even sure what it refers to in that regard. But yeah, that's that whole word grandfathered. So here's the deal, Willow. I don't know what it's like in your area, but in our area, it's very, very clear. I worked in the trades for a long time, and this was very, very obvious and self-evident. If you don't change a thing, it can be there forever. So if it was built properly, let's just take an arbitrary year, 1950. If that thing was built properly in 1950 and you never change it, you don't have to change it now if you don't plan on changing it. You don't have to bring it up to code if you're not going to change it. So if you change it, now you have to bring it up to modern code. Now you have to. Joe, welcome, welcome, welcome. Your second stream. You're on a bit of a binge, are you? Here you can grandfather in the current house, but in order to get a new permit, you have to bring the rest up to code with it. That was actually the decision we made, Sally Cat, when we built this house. So we had the land was my mother's land. And there was a house on it. I mean, there was a house right there. I mean, it's a house my mother was living in. So we made a choice of, was it going to cost us more money to bring the original house up to code and expand it, or should we just tear it down to the ground and build new? And it was actually cheaper to tear it down to the ground and build new. The amount of repairs that it would have taken, the house is about 100 years old, and it was built terribly 100 years ago. It was not good 100 years ago. So it would have actually cost us more money to bring the old house up to code and expand it than it would to just build a completely new house and tear down the old one. So that's where we went with that, and that's what we're living in now. We had to replace the panel because it was full, and replacing the heater because it was leaking CO2. Yeah, don't leak CO2. That's bad. I've learned that from Oxygen Not Included. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Maybe I never use any of this gray wallpaper. I mean, because it's gray. But I'm going to use this. I don't know why. I'm just kind of feeling this one. Let's get a few of these kicking around. And then, what is that? Tiling again? Yeah, tiling. Give me a bunch of these. And then all of these are going to go up. Yeah, I'm basically okay with that. It's weird. I would not traditionally think of a black and white wallpaper. But we're doing it. This is a thing that we're doing. And this can go all in here. Come on. Go live where I tell you to live. There we go. And you come right here. Oh, I'm going to need a lot more wallpaper for this. The paint stretches so far, and the wallpaper so doesn't. Give me another one. Let's keep it moving here. You are going to come on. I saw you there. I saw you. Yeah, we're going to have to do sort of a living room, bedroomy thing here. Like we're people who are offended by the terms master bedroom, master bathroom, master switch. Yeah, I mean, I could see where you could draw that conclusion, but that is a stretch because you're really just using master in the terms that it's the dominant bedroom out of all the other bedrooms. And I can totally see why the word master would certainly be construed as racially insensitive, but it is also just, a word that means exactly what it means. So it's a bit of a stretch to say that someone would necessarily be offended by master bedroom. I can see why. I don't not understand it. I just think it's taking it. I don't know if it's taking it too far. What the hell do I know? It's not my place to say. Anyway, so I just found that out about grandfathered. I did not know that. I assumed that grandfather just meant old. That's kind of what it does mean. Go to the tiling thing there. Go to the tiling there. So long story short, if anyone is offended by my use of that word, I will respect that, and I'll find another word to use because I do want to respect everyone in chat. If everyone in chat is respectful to me, then I want to, obviously offer the same courtesy to them. Learning the origin of a thing you were saying is not a bad thing. No, it's not, Mel. It's just, that one kind of came out of the blue. That one kind of came out of the blue, and I'm still not 100% on why. I read the thing. It was like a little article in the newspaper or something. I mean, newspaper, it was online newspaper. So you can trust that information. But that one just kind of came out of the blue because grandfather means old. That's, I think everyone's got grandfathers. Literally everyone on the planet has a grandfather. Two of them, usually. And, grandfathers are old. And the reason you use grandfathered in terms of code is because it was an old code. It was a code that was around when your grandfather was around. It kind of, that one just surprised me. Other ones make sense. Other ones I get, okay, you know what, that word used to be a totally okay word, but now I understand that is probably not the most sensitive thing I can say. Wow, this wallpaper is a lot on the eyes, isn't it? This wallpaper is a lot on the eyes here. Woo, okay. Hang on, Sally, can I have to approve that for some reason? Why do I... Oh, probably because that's the word slave in it, yeah. Newly freed slaves' grandfathers couldn't vote. Yeah, I mean, I get it now. It could also just mean grandfather. It could just mean like an old person. But I get it. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but I understand. And if it is offensive to somebody, I certainly don't want to keep using that term. But at the same time, to me, that word has always just meant old. It's an old code. It's an old standard. This came out of the blue to me. Anyway, boy, that wallpaper, huh? An accent wall. Yeah, you know what? You are 100% correct, Willow. You are 100% correct. Half the time, it's not the meaning of the word. It's just people who originated the terms had as their intentions. So for us, it's nothing because we didn't live with that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It doesn't, I was never even introduced to that word as some sort of insensitive word. And neither was anyone I knew. I lived in a contracting world, and that was just a completely 100% standard word that you would say to mean something was old. In fact, I told my customers that. I said, well, this thing that you have here, without going into the specifics of my trade, this thing that you have here is grandfathered in because it's very, very old. That was literally my speech to them. Accent wall. You are 100% correct on that. This needs to be broken up with something. Maybe some paneling. How about... Well, maybe not paneling. What else would go here? It's got to be something to kind of... need some color, first of all. Yeah, I don't think it's wallpaper. I think it's got to be paint. How about... Ooh, the laughing strawberry is very red. What if I looked at a peach? I'm only going to need one. I only want to do one wall here. I think that could work. Let me see what this looks like here. I think this might be okay. We're just going to paint right over the wallpaper because that's proper technique right there. Yeah, I can broadly live with this. I'm not completely 100% hating this. Yeah, go do all of this wall and then pretty much have me call me when I'm done. So do all of that and that. Oh, wait, whoa. He's got a big old screen tear there. That was weird. Yeah, I don't think House Flipper's on its game. There may be some issues after the update that they've done for the VR thing. I don't know if they quite worked out all the kinks there. Much more of a sensitive thing in the South. Yeah. I mean, we are, we try not to do anything controversial here on the channel, and I really... After veering away once, I really do want to enforce that. But I will say, we're kind of sheltered from that up in the Northeast because I think we kind of historically think we're the good guys, right or wrong for thinking that, I don't know. But we kind of historically think like we're the better people and there's no... Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say there. So it's in living memory as a system of oppression. Yeah. And I guess my point of that is that we are somewhat immune from that up here. We just don't necessarily think along those lines. It's not our first jump to say, am I being insensitive? Because we often think we aren't. We do kind of... There is a culture up here of thinking like we're the good guys. Now, we're not. We're just as guilty of a lot of stuff, in many ways even more damaging. In many ways, even more damaging than what you may find in other parts of the country, because ours is a lot more subtle, way more subtle. But it's there anyway. That's what I've got to say about that. People tend to get triggered by words that have nothing to do with them. In God we trust, on money offends atheists. I've never been offended by that, and I am not a super religious person. I have what I would define as a degree of faith, but not religion. So I do not particularly subscribe to any theology that exists, whatever. And if you do, cool. If you do, very, very cool, and I respect that. It's not what I do. Bird Brains, welcome. Welcome. I will do your random fact in just one sec. But, yeah, I the whole in God we trust thing, I'm all, you know what I am, Sassy. You know what I am. Just do your thing, so long as it doesn't have a negative impact on my life. Then go do it. Go do it. Random fact with Bird Brains, the R-23 was a single-barrel Soviet autocannon, fastest-firing single-barrel cannon ever entered into service, designed to be used on high-speed bombers, and we will wait for part 2. And yet we load up on Canadian, British, and Australian stereotypes that never offend anyone. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things that are still open game in terms of offending people. And again, I don't want to stretch in. We're just not stretching into anything controversial. It's just not going to happen. But I would add to that, it is totally fine still to, frankly, make fun of people from the South. And that ain't cool. There are a lot of wonderful people all over the country, in every part of this country. There's a lot of really awesome, cool people. And there's a lot of really mean, stupid people in all parts of the country, including my own town. You know, I don't have to look far to find mean and stupid. I don't have to go down south, but it's still basically totally cool to make fun of people from the South. That's open game. I was going to say it, and then the second I was going to say it, it's getting less okay. It's getting less okay, but I still think it is, we as a culture think it's still open game to make fun of people who are obese, and that ain't cool. I mean, none of it's cool. None of it's cool. We shouldn't really be making fun of anyone. But I think that's still, there's been movement in that direction in terms of it not being okay, but I think it's still kind of open game to make fun of people who are obese. I think that's still, not many people put up a fight about that. So we still have a long way to go to being cool. We'll probably never be totally cool. There's, like I say, I don't have to go far to find mean and stupid. It also saw use in space on Salyut 3. It's fired on a test during deorbit. Details of the test are classified. Oh, cool. I like classified stuff. You should find out what that is, Bird Brains. You should totally find out what there is. Stuff is complex these days. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a weird world. I say what I always say. I just try to, if people are cool, I am a mirror. This is what I've said to people. When I was a bouncer, when I spent time as a bouncer, that's what I would tell people is that, because people ask, like, how do you do this all day? And I said, I'm a mirror. If people are cool with me, I am cool with them. I give back whatever I am given. So if people are cool and respectful to me as a bouncer, I'm going to be cool and respectful for you. I'm not looking to cause any drama. But if you walk up on me and you are not cool and respectful, I'm also going to give that right back too. So that's how I try to live my life as best as possible. Just don't be a jerk. Okay, there's my final word on that. Here's how the entire planet is saved via Dave. Don't be a jerk. That's it. Just don't be a jerk. Bed. I was going to do the double bed here. Now that I've done the walls, I could do that. Kind of sucks for the person who has to sleep next to the wall, but they're going to learn to cope with it. And then I can do kind of a living roomy area here. See if I can find, you know what? I was going to say see if I can find a night table. I'm going to use this one. I knew this had a home in here somewhere. Yeah, this is perfect. That's totally perfect. That's going to go right there. Excellent. I'm going to need some decorations. Yeah, you know what, Willow? I think it is. I think if all 7 billion people on the planet just got down with those 4 words, I think we'd be okay. Just don't be a jerk. That's all I'm asking for. Make an effort to be kind. Yeah, but Sally Cat, I think you'll agree, that's advanced class stuff. You have to master the basics here. We have to, walk before we can run. When you start to play the piano, you're not playing Bach. You're not playing Beethoven right away. You're playing scales. So I'm going to start from fundamentals and say, just don't be a jerk. And then Sally Cat, when we master that, then we can go on to actually trying to be nice to people. We have to start with fundamentals here. It can't all be, there's plenty of people who may never master that, Sally Cat. I will be satisfied if they just go with don't be a jerk. No, I don't want double bed Hermes. I've already done double bed Hermes. I want decorations. I think I want some plants in here. Yeah, I definitely want some plants in here. Maybe some vases. I'm not 100% sure. I'd like to see something smallish. How about... Do I feel these people grow parsley in their room? Apparently I do. Okay. I do like jerk chicken, as do I. As do I. I like jerk chicken. I like beef jerky. I like all sorts of food that are jerked. That sounded better in my head, but I'm rolling with it anyway. That the words came out of my mouth and I'm owning them. Ooh, I like this one because it's big and tall. Could this maybe squeeze right in here? Yeah, it totally could. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting something. Yeah, some people's definition of nice leaves a lot to be desired. Exactly. I think that's why we have to start from fundamentals, Willow. Oh, Sally Cat, you have to go. Okay, bye. Bye, thank you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for taking time out of your brain dissection to visit with us. Thank you, Sally Cat. We will see you later. Oh. Yeah, no, I again, this is why I think being nice is advanced class. Just don't be a jerk, and then we can move on to nice. We've got to take it one step at a time here. What do I... Okay, let's get a sofa in here. Let's get a sofa going on. Do I want the same sofa that I used? No, I kind of like this guy. Can I squeeze this in here somewhere? Do I like that color? That's just going to be camouflaged with the wall. How about something... No, go back to the original one. Yeah, I'm just going to take it like this. It's just going to go right like this. There we go. So get me that there. Okay. Oh, I have two sofas? Do I really? Where does he think I have two sofas? Oh, there's probably one downstairs. Oh, okay, I get it. It's the one downstairs. I'm counting that as a bedroom, but he's seeing part of that as a living room. Okay. They may have a medical condition, indeed. Indeed, they may. Amber, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. People always have opinions they want accepted as the one true fact everyone agrees on. Yeah, it's that's why I don't bother. You know what? Just live your life. That's all. Just live your life. Just don't ram it down my throat. That's all. Just if you've got an opinion, that's cool. Welcome. Welcome to your opinion. I might not share it. And as we've said many times before, I'm not going to change your mind and you're not going to change mine. So why are we going to have a fight about it? Let's get... Oh, do I want a desk in here? I kind of sort of feel I do, but I want to look at tables as well. You got double sofa Sammy excited. I know. Maybe I could up the ante and do a triple sofa. That would just be pushing the limit too much, though. Nobody can live with 3 sofas. It's just unheard of. How about no, not the metal. Not that. That's way too early 90s. I can't put that up in good conscience. Harold's dining table? No. Show me this. I'm not married to it, but show me this. Oh, okay. I could probably get down with that, actually. I think it's going to be a little more of a casual sort of living room. Yeah, I kind of see where I'm going with this. I had to get a new phone 2 weeks ago yesterday. Oh, dear. Double sofa Sammy. Exactly, Ross. Exactly. Yeah, so long as you're not hurting anyone, you be you. Exactly, Willow. Thank you. Welcome to my entire philosophy. You do whatever it is you feel you do around here. Just don't bother me with it. That's all I ask. Just I'm not going to subscribe to your philosophy, likely, and you are definitely not going to subscribe to my philosophy, definitely. So why are we going to have a fight over it? Just do whatever it is you want to do. It's all good. It's all fine. So it's not. There are terrible people in the world, but that's their problem. That can live right here. Okay. And this guy's really psyched about that. You can never have too many TVs. You can't sleep here with a TV. Yeah, you don't have to have it on, sir. He's all bummed out because there's a TV in the bedroom. You don't actually have to turn it on. You could just make the choice to not have the TV on if you felt that was a thing you'd like to do. What I like about comedy these days is subtlety, and hitting stereotypes too hard isn't subtle. No, it is easy. It's too easy, actually. So that's why, as much as many of us here in chat love Monty Python would never get on television now. It exploited stereotypes way too much. Alexander desk, that one looks nice. Oh, I missed that. I might still... You know what? I might do a desk in the hallway, because the hallway is still a little bare and empty, but I want to look at like a bureau or something along those lines. Is that cupboards? I think that's cupboards. I like the bookcases, but I really want to see a bureau of some sort. I'll know it when... Yeah, something a little more like this is what I'm feeling there. Not necessarily that. Small hanging cupboard, no. Ooh, I like that. Don't know that I've ever seen that. Oh, it's very tiny. Oh, I didn't realize it was quite this tiny. Is this like a wall thing? Yeah, it's like a wall thing. Oh, I thought that was a standy up thing. It's not standy up at all. However, I bet that would work right. Oh, yeah. Right there. Right there. That is excellent. I like that. I was going to bring up Double Sofa Sammy earlier, but couldn't think of how to make the shout-out relevant. Well, I've solved your problem. I've solved your problem. I'm British and I know all I know of Monty Python is always look on the bright side of life. Ah, you're missing some of the best bits. That is excellent, though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with always look on the bright side of life. And you don't have to be British to like Python, but it helps. It's certainly going to speed your journey if you do. We do have, Amber, a number of Python folks in the neighborhood here. Ah, this is the kind of thing I was looking for. Actually, is this a standy on the floor thing? It is, but why is it so tiny? How would you even get in to that bottom drawer? That doesn't even make sense. Can I put it on a wall? No. No, it actually has to be on the floor. That's a very silly cabinet. I would never, ever own that. Follow a comedian named Brent Trehune. Satire, and so many people don't realize it's satire. Joe, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, you're saying knee. I thought you were saying hi. Yeah, you've already been here. Yeah, okay, knee. Yes, indeed. Indeed. We do like a bit of Python around these parts. We do extend our Python well around here, and into the obscure. No, that's not right. That didn't make any sense. Why would you do that, Dave? This should clearly go over here. You knew that. You knew that. Put it right there. It's still very, very small. Very small. Only Fools and Horses. Excellent. Actually, I have that. I have that on DVD. I got that for Christmas. My mother gave that to me because she knows how much she also adores British comedy. It was probably a revenge DVD for giving her the complete Minder series for Christmas last year. That's what she's doing. I see what she's doing. I got her the complete set of Minder, and she got me the complete set of Only Fools and Horses. Problem is, I almost never, ever watch DVDs anymore. I mean, who does? It's just not very common these days. If I can't stream it somehow, usually not that interested. Although, I mean, I do. I have my Xbox, which will obviously play DVDs. I have a nice big TV up here. I just never really think to do it. It is a tiny dresser, isn't it, Willow? It's not my ideal, if I'm honest about things, and I am. You know what might make it better? What if I put a bunch of them together? I think if I can get these to kind of sort of clip together, that might solve my problem. Okay, that's getting better. I like that more. That makes more sense than not. Yeah, you know what? Seeing as Willow was the one who was pointing that out, I should probably get the window treatments going before I forget to do window treatments. So remind me, doors and windows, curtains and blinds. I've already put a bunch of furniture down, so I think I'm only going to get away with these ones. I'm going to get one there and one there. Okay, get out of that, and then I got to just E these up real quick. That and that, that and that. And then that'll lighten up the room with the black and white wallpaper too, and it kind of vaguely sort of matches the cabinets. C's latest wee hours video on YouTube. How is medieval life? Shameless self-promotion. I have no problem with shameless self-promotion. Actually, I do. I'm terrible at it. I'm really terrible at it. I think it's got a lot of potential. It's early access. So, and what Phosphorus is talking about is I preempted Epic Tavern today. Epic Tavern will be out tomorrow. So Epic Tavern didn't go anywhere. I just preempted it a day, as I often do if I need to push something out a little bit earlier. I want to get it out on a Friday. So instead of Epic Tavern, again, which will be out tomorrow, so if you're waiting for Epic Tavern, it will be there. I put out Medieval Dynasty. So it popped up. I had it on my wish list, and it popped up, and I read the reviews of it, as I often do. And the reviews were much more positive than I anticipated for an early access game. And it was not without some negative things. So like, okay, this isn't quite right about it, and this isn't quite right, but it's early access. It's one of those games that's throwing a ton of things into the blender and just hitting the mix button. So Medieval Dynasty, you've got a survival element. You have to eat, you have to drink, you have to sleep, all that stuff. You are doing a town builder. You are doing a almost Stardew Valley-esque romance and marriage thing. You are managing your town. You're doing trading. I haven't gotten to most of this yet. But it's just got a lot going on, and it looks really good. I mean, it's a very visually appealing game. So I'm digging it. I'm kind of hoping the reaction will be positive. I hope it will be positive because I'd like to keep plugging along with that. I got very little done. It will surprise no one. I got very, very little done in Medieval Dynasty. But I hope you guys do check that out and see what you think of it, at least. I'd like it to have a positive reaction. Only Fools and Horses has the West End show made after. Oh, did they do like a live show of that? That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. Bedroom looks good. My mother had to use the computer. Oh, do you have like dial-up modem? I'm kidding, Spike Little Girl. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Oh yeah, it is. You know what? Now that you walk in there, it is looking good. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling much better about the wallpaper now that I have the blinds up. The blinds really take the edge off the wallpaper because I like the wallpaper. It's just a little much, but the blinds plus the cabinets are just the splash of color I need around here. Yeah, I'm digging that. I like what I've done. It needs something artsy in here. I'd like to see some art with some good color on it if we could. What can you show me? I'll need a mirror. Don't let me forget to put a mirror in here, but I'm going on paintings. Oh, Naked Lady painting. Oh, I don't know if the purple's going to work. The painting shell would work. That's kind of exactly the color I need here. This is large? That's not large, game. That's kind of the exact opposite of large in that it's small. So you see where our issue is here. You see where our impasse is. You've sold me a large painting of a seashell. And I have what is nominally a small painting of a seashell. So we're not doing that. I'm just going to check one more time that I clicked that correctly. Yeah, that is the large version of that. So no thank you. No, we'll be moving on from there. How about, how about Love Sunflowers? That's another good 90s band name. I would totally never see the Love Sunflowers. Sounds like one of those 90s vaguely hippie-esque jam bands. Not gonna go see the Love Sunflowers, but good name for a band. Ah, now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere. Holy McMoly. Yeah, okay, Love Sunflowers lives right there. Right the heck there. Faulty Towers, Only Fools and Horses. Some Mothers Do Have... Oh, I forgot about that one. Likely Lads, I don't know. Good Life, I know. Wow, that's going back a ways. That was very good for its time. Oh, Yes, Minister. And Yes, Prime Minister. I've watched it all, Harriet and Charlotte. I kind of feel it jumped the shark when he was elected Prime Minister. Let me put it this way. It was still funny, but I liked Yes, Minister more than I liked Yes, Prime Minister. Because if you really go with the archetype of the... I'm going to go way off on a tangent here. But if you look at that comedy series as an archetype of the hero's journey, where the hero goes from the unknown, or rather, sorry, from the known to the unknown and then to the new known, then once he became prime minister, he wasn't the fish out of water anymore. So it wasn't quite as funny to me. He kind of knew how to work the bureaucratic system, and it was not as good to me as when he was the fish out of water, when he was in the unknown in Yes, Minister. So I prefer Yes, Minister, but Yes, Prime Minister is still very, very funny. Very funny. And I don't actually think I've ever seen Keeping Up Appearances. Mr. Bean I've done. On the Buses I'm not familiar with. Are You Being Served, obviously. I mean, that goes without saying. I can largely... Oh, Bird Brains, thank you. Thank you, bye. Thank you. Please come back with more random facts, or just put them in your own channel in the Discord. Shameless self-promotion, link down below. You got your own channel for that. Nobody else gets that. Just Bird Brains. So, yeah, Are You Being Served? Obviously, I can do most of Are You Being Served from memory. Are You Being Served? I know, it's kind of lowbrow comedy. And it is. It is lowbrow comedy. but it's lowbrow comedy done so spectacularly well. Am I going to do 2 huge paintings here? No. No, I'm not. No, that is going to... Oh, I like the fact that I just accidentally made it cockeyed. No, we're not doing that. That dominates the room. I like that. It is lowbrow comedy done so spectacularly and expertly well. Until maybe the last couple of seasons. You know what? No, I'm just going to say every single actor in that was a superior comedic actor. Even when they were doing lowbrow stuff, they were doing it so expertly. Again, I've said it before, and I've said it again. I am a sucker for well-executed physical comedy. I generally don't like physical comedy. But if it's done perfectly, I am 100% in. And the best spit take I have ever seen put onto any recorded medium was on Are You Being Served? The most perfect spit take ever. And just brilliantly executed. Brilliantly executed. So, yeah, I'm always going to be down on Are You Being Served? I'm 100% to that. Faulty Towers, Vosross says, obviously. Obviously. And I said this in chat a couple of weeks ago. I will say that Faulty Towers was the epitome of John Cleese. So if you're looking for who is John Cleese as a comedic actor, it's Faulty Towers more than Monty Python. I think he really came into his own, because it was his own series, really came into his own with that and really did some things there that he explored in Python, but I think he was even better at it in Faulty Towers. One of my favorite Are You Being Served when they had to work in the toy department. Yeah, that is a good one. That is a very good one. What is my favorite Are You Being Served? I don't know. I mean, possibly the one with the well-executed spit take, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the one where they think Mrs. Slocum is pregnant, but it's actually her cat. I think Captain Peacock does just a perfect spit take. It should be a master class in doing a spit take. Honorable mention is One Foot in the Grave and Open All Hours. I liked Open All Hours. I think I've seen One Foot in the Grave, but not very much of it. Not enough to know if I liked it or not. Not enough. The only exposure you had was through PBS. Well, great, because they were all about Are You Being Served? They were all over that like a cheap suit. What am I thinking I'm putting here? I don't know. Let me look at that wall again. Get out of that. Maybe I don't want anything there. Maybe that's good enough. Because you're not even really going to see it as you come in the room anyway. Maybe that's... Oh, you know what we could use? You know what this needs? Is like a lamp. This totally needs a lamp. Can I scoot this over a little bit? Yeah, there we go. Needs some kind of lamp in there. Wendy Riches was in Are You Being Served? Yes, she was. She very much was. I didn't even dislike... it had 2 titles. Over here, it was Are You Being Served Again? And over there, it had a different title that I cannot immediately recall, and I'm not going to get up and walk 7 feet over and actually look at the DVD. But it was the sequel, the Are You Being Served Again? I still liked that. I thought that was very well done. They really did kind of dumb it down in that. I know, which is extraordinary, to dumb down dumb humor anyway, but they really they were kind of going through the motions, but it was still well done, and it was still very, very funny. Steptoe and Son, yes, over here we made that into Sanford and Son. We're excellent at taking your comedy and making it ours, and slightly dumbed down. Have I seen the IT Crowd? I love the IT Crowd. The IT Crowd was like a rebirth of British humor. Because, I don't know, I got in a groove where I just wasn't finding any comedies that I liked, and then the IT Crowd came along. I'm like, oh, this is just a breath of fresh air. This is really, really funny again. No, I love the IT Crowd. Absolutely love it. That's another one that kind of jumped the shark later. It just kind of, like the first 8 episodes of that are just sheer brilliance. And then it kind of, it went off track. I would say exactly the same thing about Black Books, which is also one of my favorites. The first season of Black Books is probably some of the funniest television that's ever been created. The second season, it's okay. I mean, it's funny. It's not great. It's not fantastic. Red Dwarf asks Vosross, I never got into it the same way other people did. I didn't dislike it. It's just other people went berserk about it. And I was like, that's okay. It's not... I'm not going to... I tell you what, I have never actively tried to sit down and watch Red Dwarf. Oh, that's very tiny. Oh, I don't like that. Could I put that on this table? No, why can't I put that on the table? It makes sense on that table. So I never got into it the crazy, insane way that other people did. I'm going to put this on the table. Yeah, there we go. Turn that on. Let's get some lamps on around here. But I didn't dislike it. I just never... It never thrilled me the way it did many of my friends. They're like, "Oh, Red Dwarf, it's the greatest comedy ever." I'm like, it's good. It's not. It's I don't know. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. But I think there's funnier things out there. Love the IT Crowd. Do the thing. The IT Crowd is better than the Big Bang Theory. Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely, I do, Amber. Yeah. Big Bang Theory is broadly funny. I have weird feelings about that now that you ask that, because I will sit and watch that as background noise, and some parts of it are very funny, especially coming from me. You know, obviously I'm not a scientist. I'm about the farthest thing away from a genius that you could ever be. But, you know, obviously a lot of the comic book and superhero sci-fi references are very funny to me. So that part's really good. That's a lot of the stuff that I'm into. But I don't think it's nearly as funny as a bunch of other people do. I mean, I know this is like, or it was, I guess they finally wrapped it up. I know that was like the biggest thing ever in comedy for the last few years, and you know that's fine. But I would kind of file that the same way I think about Red Dwarf. I think it's broadly funny. Do I think it's the end all be all of comedy? No. So absolutely, IT Crowd was way funnier than that. Way funnier than that. Monty Python described their comedy as zany madcap. So zany madcap. And what does that mean? I don't know what it means. It means it's Monty Python-esque. And that's the kind of... I like a little bit of absurdity. And that's why I'm going to look at Python. I'm going to look at Black Books. I'm going to look at the IT Crowd as some of the best. Because it delves into a realm of absurdity. Like things that aren't real, basically. So that's how I define zany madcap. And that's my only definition of it, is that it just dips into the realm of absurdity sometimes, and that's where I'm going to gravitate towards. Even you could actually say that Are You Being Served dipped into the realm of absurdity, because it just there's just no scenario where any of that would have happened. They just did insane things all the time. Amber likes Sheldon. We all like Sheldon. There's nothing to not like about Sheldon. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. This place needs a rug. This place so needs a rug. I am going to lump the Big Bang Theory into the same way I feel about Red Dwarf. I feel it's broadly funny. I don't think it's as... I don't have the same opinion about it that everyone else does. And that doesn't mean it's bad or that people, you know, enjoy the stuff you want to watch. I watch a ton of stuff that is... Okay, if you want to get on the whole, like, everybody watches things that other people don't like, I will happily sit and watch however many hours they do it, and it's a lot of hours, of live rescue, of just the whole following the firefighters and the ambulance people around, any of those, like, filming someone doing their job shows. I can generally watch a lot of that, and those are terrible. Those are absolutely terrible shows. Nobody should be watching this. Nobody. Willow is going to suggest a rug. I think Willow, I'm almost, after however many weeks we've been doing House Flipper, which is more than a few, actually. I think we're up to like 21, 22 weeks of doing this. I'm almost anticipating what you're going to tell me. I got the blinds before you said the blinds. I got the rug before you said the rug. And those are your two common, hey Dave, don't forget moments. Have you seen Dead Pixels? No, I have not. No, about computer gamer fanatics. I have not seen that at all. Anyone checked out Code Monkeys? It kind of came and went. It's an animated thing. It's an animated thing about people who work for a game developer. It's lowbrow in the sense that I don't quite know what the equivalent channel would be in Britain, but here it would be like a late night Comedy Central kind of thing, where it's adult oriented. But if that's your thing, Code Monkeys was actually very good. I watched all of that. It's very funny. It's very lowbrow. It's very adult, but a lot of it is very, very well done. I totally held off suggesting window treatments since the kitchen. Yeah, I haven't gotten to those yet. I do know they aren't here. I am aware that they're not here. I'm not really done with this. I had to get away from the kitchen for a little while because it just wasn't coming together. The bedroom is coming together much more, though. You know what, though? And Mrs. Dave would never believe that I would say this, but the blinds clash with the rug. I should go. Mrs. Dave is at work now. I may have to call her and tell her that I recognized that the blinds clashed with the rug. That needs to be something neutral colored, like this. Yes, better. Better. Somebody go let Mrs. Dave know that I actually recognized that something clashed. That is so much better. Yes, so much better. Yeah, that purple was not mixing well with that orange. Have you seen the Imitation Game? I know of it. I have not seen it. Big Bang Theory is nerd jokes on the level the mainstream can get. Much better jokes from Glitch Tex. I don't know that one. I do not know that one. You didn't want to say anything. Willow, I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, Willow. I am getting there. Adult Swim. Yeah, thank you, Spike Little Girl. Yeah, it would definitely be... Code Monkeys would definitely be an Adult Swim cartoon. It's not like a zillion % adult, but it's pretty adult. I mean, there's some strong language in there, definitely. I knew about Code Monkeys, never saw it. Yeah, it kind of came and went. I liked it. I watched it, and it's very funny. It's very lowbrow. It's not high-tech humor by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, it's an animated thing about... and it's done animated in, like, 2D pixel style. So, like, Super Mario style, basically. That's kind of the charm of it, is that it's not really good animation. It's just, like, sort of 1987 2D pixel style. You think I decorate well. Thank you. Thank you. This needs something. This wall needs something. I think, first of all, some sconces would tie that wall together. I think. I'm pretty sure about that. Show me sconces. And then I'll decide if that's what needs to live there. Ooh, sconce wave might be perfect. Might not be perfect. Nope, might not be perfect at all. Nope. Actually, here? No, it's just wrong. It's all wrong. Have you dared pre-order Empire of Sin yet? No, and I probably won't. It's pricey, Boss Ross. It is, and I did not get a key for Medieval Dynasty. I actually plunked down for that. I am very, very... This year, and I've mentioned this many times before, this year I am just very hyper aware of the budget that I have for games. That's why I still do not own Wasteland 3, and I will probably not plunk down on any kind of day one Empire of Sin as much as I want it, and I do. I don't know enough about it to plunk down that kind of money. Wasteland 3 I do. I'm very confident. I played Dr. Shouting Stone, actually, on a very, very good friend of the channel. Let me basically borrow his Steam library to play the demo of, not the demo, but whatever the pre-order early access was of Wasteland 3. So I've already played a little bit of it, and I know I'd like it. I don't know that about Empire of Sin. I don't know that. I don't know enough about it. I've seen no gameplay apart from what's in the trailers to know if I can commit to that kind of money for an unknown factor. Baldur's Gate 3 is a completely different story. That will probably... I'm like 84%. Yeah, you are still in chat, Sassy. We see you now. I don't know if you're hearing us or if we're just buffered, but we see you. We definitely see you. You exist. I can assure you. Next game is Night Road on 24th September. Buying and playing that hard. I'm not even sure what I know what that is. So no, on Empire of Sin, don't know enough about it to gamble on it. Baldur's Gate, absolutely. I have no problem plunking down some money for Baldur's Gate 3 because I knew that game was going to be good the second they announced it. You're telling me Larian is doing Baldur's Gate 3? Are you kidding me? That's the dream come true. So yeah, I have no problem with that. I would have no problem plunking down money for Wasteland 3. I just made a decision on Wasteland 3 that Wasteland 3 would not end up on the channel. So I'm not going to rush to get it. That would be something I'd play for myself, and I'd love it, but I'm not going to rush to get it because the bulk of my purchases for whatever they are generally geared towards the channel. I'm actually going to favor the channel more than myself. I would pick up a game that's going to end up on the channel more than I will pick up a game that I will play for my own pleasure, my own purposes. What did I think of Little Britain? Amber, broadly good, a little tired. It was kind of a one-trick pony because it really was just the same characters over and over again. So it really was kind of a one-trick pony. Funny, but I got tired of it pretty quickly. because it was kind of sort of the same show every week, and there really wasn't a lot of variation. Hot Fuzz, brilliant. Put those two together, I'll watch them in anything. Put those two together, I will watch them in absolutely anything. Those two actors are brilliant together. What was I coming in here for? Get out of this. I don't know what I need here. Maybe I need a bookcase over here. That's not a terrible idea. And then I'll go through accessories. I love my accessories. So give me furniture. Give me, what is that under? That's under, like, cupboards is where bookcases ends up. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. How about we just keep it simple on the bookcase? How about just we do something, a very, very simple bookcase? Except not there because it can't live there. How about, come on, come out of the corner. Come on. I saw you. You wanted to be there. You wanted to live there. There you go. Okay, are you mostly up against the wall? Oh, yeah, you're fine. You're totally fine. I need something to pop out of that corner better. I want exactly that, but in a different color. That's what I want. Yeah, maybe that. You kind of had... Show me this one, but not quite as brutally red as that? Maybe? Maybe? I don't know, because it's going to clash with the curtains again. Have I seen EastEnders? Somebody's going to have to Google this. Okay, somebody needs to hop on the Googles that all the kids are into these days with the intranets and find out when EastEnders started. What was the premiere date of EastEnders? And I will tell you if I've seen it. But I need to know that information first. I cannot answer that question without knowing that information. So somebody needs to hop on the old Googles with the intranets and the kids and the hula hoops and the things. No, none of this is correct. Go back to that, but give me the thing in just jet black. I think that's going to work out better for me over here. Yeah. Broadly, yes. I'm basically okay with this. Oh, except you didn't tuck into the corner there now, did you? Go tuck into the corner like I told you to. There we go. That's better. I think a bulk of my TV as entertainment has been from animation live action. Has not amused me much in neighbors. It's a February 1985. Then no, I haven't. Amber. Then no, I have not. I left Britain in 1984. So at that time we had what? Crossroads. We had Coronation Street, of course. Coronation Street has been on since, actually, interestingly, before they invented television. Coronation Street was still on television. They actually had not invented television. Or in the concept of even electricity. But yeah, I think Coronation Street has been on since 1642, if I'm remembering it correctly. So no, I missed EastEnders by a year. I am aware of it. I know that it's a huge thing. But when I was there, we had Coronation Street and Crossroads. Is Crossroads still on TV? I know Coronation Street is. That'll never die. Coronation Street will outlive the planet. The sun will fade into a black hole. And they'll still be filming Coronation Street. But is Crossroads still on? Because that was always like the more... I remember Coronation Street was like the standard. And Crossroads was slightly a little bit more hip and edgy than Coronation Street. 1960 Coronation Street. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Amber. You actually... you probably just transposed some of the numbers there. It's actually 1690. You just skipped a couple of numbers there. Coronation Street has actually been filming since 1690. You put in 1960 by accident. It's an argument in the bedroom followed by an argument in the kitchen, an argument in the square, and then an argument in the pub. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, Crossroads is not on anymore. Oh no, when did they cancel that? I remember, I was a kid. I mean, I was working on being a teenager, but I wasn't quite there yet. I always remember Crossroads being the slightly more edgy one than Coronation Street. Like, Coronation Street was just standard. It was like, it was the macaroni and cheese of daytime TV. You knew exactly what you were getting into. But EastEnders was 1985. Yeah, I missed it by a year. Then I missed it by exactly a year. Why did I come in here? Oh, decorations. I want things to put on the shelves, please. I think I already did the kitty picture here. So no joy there. I've already did the kitty picture downstairs, as I recall. Give me the birch forest. How about that? Is that one of the... Oh, that's not a hanging up one. Or Oh, I actually don't hate that. But no, not right now. I just want the little ones. The ones that are in the little frames there. Those are usually down at the bottom here somewhere. There we go. There they are. So we'll put the hydrangea thingamajiggy up here. Get that to go like that. Okay. How does this TV show air in 1642? Well, I don't know. I don't understand it, but Coronation Street has in fact been on since 1642. Everybody knows that. Oh, I haven't seen these. There's posters for the game in here. I haven't seen these before. I wonder if that was part of the new update. They actually have posters for their own game. I'm not going to put them up, but it's nice. It's a nice little touch. I don't hate that. I already put the kitty photo up downstairs, so we're not doing... I mean, you can never have too many kitty photos. That's very, very true. But I'm just going to not put that there. There we go. We can have that and that. Excellent. A lot of TV shows started in radio, but what was that other show's? A book. No, I'm sorry. I'm kidding, Sassy. I'm kidding. I am... I'm so sorry if you were struggling to figure out how a TV show started in 1642. I was totally kidding, man. It's just the Coronation Street has been on a very, very long time. 60 years now? 60 years that show has been on. 60 years that show has been on. So I'm sorry, man. I was just kidding. It hasn't really been on since 1642. It's been on since 1960. I was just making fun of how very, very old it is, and I was right. I'm kind of bummed Crossroads is over. I always kind of preferred that. I mean, I didn't, because I just come home and watch Doctor Who. That's what I would watch when I came home. But you kind of got caught up in watching Crossroads and Coronation Street because they were, that's what was on TV. What else is going to live? Maybe a few vases. I could see a few vases kicking around here. Give me one of these. Put that sort of right there-ish. Okay. And remind me where all the books live. Just show me everything you have that has the word book in it, please. Thank you. That should do the job. Yeah, there we go. Now, they have those stacks of books now. Where was that? Oh, that's a good bookcase. Why didn't I see that before? Oh, I like that. Well, give me the book set thing. Take a couple of these, actually. Give me one up here. Come on. I just saw you go there. I need like a step stool. There is a step stool in here. Go like that, and then I guess you can go down there. No, you know what? I think just one set of books is fine. Oh, Emmerdale Farm. Oh, yeah, that might actually go back. Does that go back further than... That might go back further than Coronation Street, is it? Star Trek is over 50 years old. Yeah. Young One's brilliant, obviously. Obviously brilliant. Never made enough of those. Although I was always pleased that so many of the actors went on to do other series that were vaguely similar. Emmerdale Farm. Wow. What's the date on Emmerdale Farm? Does that actually predate Coronation Street? Because now that I totally forgot that thing existed until you just said it. So give me one of these, and then rotate it that way, and then rotate it some more that way. No, come on, just rotate that. Rotate. No, you had it. There you go. That's what I was looking for there. Rotate it just like that, please. I was on in the 70s. Okay, so not quite that long. Coronation Street, oldest running show in the UK. Okay, so that is the reigning monarch of really, really old TV is Coronation Street. I'm not super surprised by that, but I'd forgotten about Emmerdale Farm until you mentioned that, and then I thought, oh yeah, that was a thing that happened. So can you rotate, please, like that? Thank you. I like the way this is shaping up here. Coming across. According to IMDb, it's still airing and have to do some compares. Okay, I'm kind of bummed about Crossroads. Wait, was it Crossroads or Crossroads Inn? No, Crossroads Inn is the video game I play. Never mind, I just answered my own question. I'm sure Vossross is screaming with laughter right now. Straight Road to Success, an Entrepreneur's Handbook. Okay, well that could live right up here. Let's put it on the top shelf like they read 2 pages of it and then they just put it away and they've never become a success. Okay, now this room's kind of coming together here. I think I might just leave that wall blank. I don't know if anything lives there. I don't know where. Blue Peter is the oldest running kids show in the world. That does not surprise me. That does not surprise me at all. That show's been on for about 1 million years, I think. Not really 1 million years. I'm kidding. It hasn't really been on predating humans. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody gave me proof of that. It would not surprise me that, I don't know, dinosaurs were doing Blue Peter way back when. But I don't really believe that, actually. I kind of like what I've done with the bedroom here. Yeah. I'm not... I wanted to get that kitchen perfect, but it's just sort of turning out to be very generic. But I'm digging what I did with the bedroom. This would be a really comfy bedroom. Like, I would love to spend time in here. I think I might need a coffee table to tie it all together. Give me coffee tables. I think it just needs like a tiny coffee table to just tie the whole thing together. Show me something along those lines. It's going to have to be thin. I'm not sure I'm going to find exactly what I want around here. It might be this. Show me this. Ooh, yeah, that might work. Yeah. Okay, I see what I'm doing here. So, nice little coffee table there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is damn close to a perfect bedroom. Damn close to a perfect bedroom. I'm liking that. Crossroads ended in 2003 and Blue Peter started in 1958. Dang. That's a lot of Blue Peter. That's a lot of telling people how to play the flute. Sorry, that was a Python reference. I don't... Actually, that's an obscure one. That's off one of the albums. I don't know if that... No, wait, they did do a skit of that once. They did... That did actually make it onto the show. That wasn't just on the album. So get... I can actually see them doing the sketch right now. Okay, I like all of this. This is all good. So really, to get this house done, what the heck was I going to put in the hallway? I was going to put something really good in the hallway, and I don't remember what it was now. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a hot tub in the hallway. I love this bathroom. It's very, very good. I mean, the kitchen exists. That's the best thing I can say about the kitchen. It's technically here. I'm not a wild fan of it. So I need to figure out what's going to live in this little alcove. I don't know what it is, but something's going there. I'm just not sure what yet. And then I just need to kind of finish off this hallway here. And that's probably going to do the thing, I think. I think I will basically be all set with this. So I think we'll probably wrap this house up next week. I like this bedroom. I'm definitely digging the wallpaper now that I've done more different things to kind of, well, take your eyes off the wallpaper, basically. A chair, table, and a plant for the hallway. Yeah, something along those lines. Something vaguely simple, but kind of perks the place up a little. I do have this big space over here. Don't quite know what to do with that, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, the kitchen, the best thing I can say about the kitchen is it technically exists. That's really all I'm going to do, is say it's here. It is technically there. I used to watch Naughty when I was a kid. Dear Lord. Speaking of things that were okay at the time, but we'd be considered horribly insensitive now, Naughty would be right at the top of the list there. Yeah, wow. I mean, that raised eyebrows when I was a kid. People are like, really? Should we be using these characters anymore? But anyway, it's there. I'm just going to go say hi to Larry the fish. Where are you, Larry? Larry. Oh, there you are. You're right in front of me. Hi, Larry. I wonder if I pour the water out, did the fish disappear? And they must, right? That's got to be a thing. Because they appeared when I poured the water in. I assume if I pour the water out, they're going to disappear. I hope so. Anyway, good job, Larry. Keeping the team together over there. I haven't 100% ruled out throwing some more trees over here. But basically, I'm okay with the outside. I like the vegetable garden. That's good. I like the way that came out. Okay, cool. So I got to finish the kitchen-y hallway area. And then just figure out what lives in that alcove downstairs. That's about all I really need to do. And then we can sell this puppy. Move on somewhere else. I think that, guys, is where I will call the stream for today. And it's a perfect spot to do that. Finish that bedroom. Got most of the rest of the inside done, but not as much as I might like. I'm just not feeling that kitchen right now. I'm going to come back to that next week, and we'll figure it out then. Guys, thank you so very, very much for coming by. You know I'm going to say that because you know I mean it. I really respect that you guys take time out of your life to come and watch this absolute ridiculousness that we do around here. But I love every second of it, and I love you guys being here. Thank you guys so much. We will do some RimWorld tomorrow. We'll bang out some RimWorld tomorrow if you guys are kicking around. And if not, you know where to find me. We'll figure that out too. I will thank you guys one last time before I head out of here. Thank you so much. Goodbye.